All right, I think we're good. I think we are ready, sketty. Oh, I got my boy Toad. I believe that we're fighting the Le Wall of Flesh, huh? Oh, I got that thing that Homeboy was talking about, too. Let's go make that real quick. I don't remember what it was called, though. All mods, Terraria, Magic Storage. Ah, what the fuck was it called? This thing. How do I... What am I missing from this? What? What am I missing? I must be missing some of the blocks. I'm missing 50 sand. Okay, let's go get some sand, I guess. Apparently there was some MacBook that came out and Apple legit tried to argue it only having 8 GB RAM, which was better because the RAM was... Yeah, Apple's a scam. Yeah, everybody that isn't stupid knows that. Yeah, 100%. I 100% believe that. Like, even, like, I know that, like, a lot of people like to lie about stuff that Apple developers and shit say, but that is something I 100% believe. Yeah. Trying to argue that 8 GB of RAM is better than 16, that must be some really, really good fucking RAM. Like, that better be the best RAM. Like, that better be some good fucking RAM. Definitely not saying it's not impossible, because it is absolutely possible to get RAM that is faster at 8 gigs than 16. I don't know if it's possible with our current technology or not, but I do know that we could, in theory, do that. That is 100% possible in theory. But, I don't know, man. I'd have to look at the specs myself, but I would definitely have my doubts 100%. I would be very, very doubtful about that. Like, RAM has obviously gotten a lot faster over time. You know, if you take 8 GB of what we have now and you go back 15 years ago, 8 GB of RAM would just be phenomenally faster than the RAM we used. But I don't know about 8 GB just out competing 16 GB, even on DDR5. I don't... Let me look before I lie, but I remember looking at the specs of DDR5, and I do not remember them being, like, a super... Yeah, it's like a 30% increase on the highest end. Like, on the highest end, it's 30% more. And on the very extreme, if you buy, like, the best of the best, it's 50% at most. So I don't know what RAM they're fucking using that's apparently able to be fat. Oh, that's weird. It is very, very strange. Definitely have to say that I am very much, like, skeptical of that. Very, very, very skeptical of that, for sure. That seems like some bullshit, if I had to say so. Okay, well, we don't need this one, right? That's the one we don't need now. It's basically useless. No! It doesn't look nice. Put it somewhere that actually matches. Like, right there. Okay. I don't know how this works. Use player's inventory. Okay. Cool. That would be super useful to craft from my inventory. That's super nice. I can't even lie that is very, very, very good to have. That way I don't have to constantly be depositing shit for no reason. Damn, now I gotta go look that up now. I gotta see, like, what the hell they're saying. What? But the reason why the 16 dual channel RAM exists is that it is faster to use 2 sticks of RAM firing at 2 different points. That's the reason why motherboards have 4 slots, and normally you're told to use 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. And that's because it's dual RAM. What? 8 gigabyte unified. Is it actually? But even then, I can see that 8 gigabytes of unified memory can be the same in very small sections. But when it comes to processing speed, I don't know. To be fair, I haven't followed unified memory at all. I've heard of it, but I don't know, like, how far we've come with unified memory. I'm sure that it's been advanced since the last time that I've heard of it. I heard about that years ago. I'm sure it's been, like, stepped up some notches. Apparently these people on Reddit did an actual test side by side. Then apparently 16 gigabyte outperformed the 8 gigabyte RAM by, like, for light use, the 16 gigabyte was a flat 10% increase on light use. And then on anything on heavy use, that includes gaming, video editing, anything that truly uses memory, 8 gigabyte solid was just flat out twice as bad. It is at least 2 times slower. Once again, that just goes with what I was saying before, that Apple is not a work computer. I don't understand how they got that idea. Apple is a terrible work computer. Fucking horrible. Any Apple product is a terrible workhorse in all forms. The only thing that's even mildly okay is their phones. Their phones are pretty alright. Especially considering that, like, they brought the pricing down on their phones by a bit. They've actually took some big hits on the pricing on their phones, so. That's what I was saying, like, having dual memory like that is absolutely more beneficial than not, because your computer can use two of the RAM ports to basically do the same thing. Of course, not saying that later on in time that unified memory can't be better. The fuck, a ghost? I haven't seen one of those yet. Must be like a shit ton of graves over there or something. I just have to go off what other people say, to be fair. It's not something that I'll ever test myself. It's not something that I'll probably ever actually physically go and test myself, so kind of going off what other people have tested and said themselves. I remember when unified memory was talked about, it was supposed to be the next big thing. Like, it was supposed to be, like, the next humongous update in RAM. Instead of like going into the next DDR, we were supposed to be doing unified memory. But if I remember correctly, the problem they ran into with the unified memory stuff was that it was expensive to make. The shit's not cheap. Apparently unified memory systems are a little bit more expensive than just buying RAM sticks. And when it comes to building stuff, you know, in order for someone to overlook an already established process that's already being made super cheap already, whatever new process it is that they're using has to, like, drastically improve on top of the other one with really, really good potential to be better in general with later on progression. Which I don't believe unified memory did that. Don't quote me. So I guess I haven't looked into unified memory in a long, long time. I remember hearing that a while back, like 4 or 5 years ago or some shit. Well, no, so like, what makes unified memory so much faster is that it's able to use all of the RAM at one time. It's unified. It's one thing. So instead of your computer reading 2 8-gigabyte sticks as 2 8-gigabyte sticks, your computer can go, all right, 16 full gigs. I can run it just like that, right off the rip. There's no dual processing. There's no double stick RAM. You're not trying to get data from one, then the other, then one, then the other. It's not dual firing. It's all at once. So unified RAM on paper is absolutely better than our current system. The problem is that 2 gigabyte sticks of RAM is already so good. like it does everything we need it to do already. Like most computers don't get limited by the RAM processing unless you're doing like fucking quantum calculations and shit, right? Who the fuck does that? Like less than 1% of the entire planet needs to ever do that shit. They're not wrong, you know, what they said about it. Well, no, they are wrong what they said. But it's wrong to think that it can't be better, because it absolutely is on paper. It can be better, or at least from the way I understood. I guess I should say it that. At least from what I understood when I read it like a couple years ago, from my understanding, it has the potential to be better. The issue was from that article that I read, the biggest problem is the cost. Like, it's just so much more expensive to make. And, like, why spend 5 times the price on something when 2 gig dual systems on motherboards? And keep in mind that if we did go with that, let's say that we do go with linked system RAM, right? Let's say that we do go with that RAM system, we'd basically have to redesign motherboards, too. Because that system's not going to work with our current motherboards. It would have to be a whole redesign of like, building computers. Because if I remember correctly, that RAM system's kind of like an SSD, if I remember. It's not like an actual stick of RAM. I believe it's more akin to like an SSD. A solid-state drive. Could be talking on my ass, though. So, like, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I said I haven't read that in a very, very long time. I could absolutely be misremembering shit with that. Like, 100%. 110% possible. That was a very long time ago. I remember seeing stuff about that. That was a very long time ago. If I remember correctly, what was supposed to make it faster was how the motherboard and the processor and the GPU is supposed to be, it's able to read it. I'm saying that if we can make that good of 8 gigabyte RAM, truly that good, I'm sure we'd have access to 6. Well, I mean, if it was 16 gigabyte of the, so like, the argument with that RAM is this. It's kind of the concept between, you know, an HDD and an SSD. That's a really good way to compare these two types of RAM. One is an outdated technology that's hitting the limits. We are hitting the limits for what we can do with RAM. RAM is really hitting technological walls. DDR5 is pushing it really hard to like the maximum state that we can take our current setup for RAM. We're getting the chipsets about as small as we can physically get them without them being like just able to shatter without breathing on them. Like they're getting really, really thin. So that new system, the whole concept with the unified memory is supposed to be the next step in technology. That right there will be a new door that we would start at the base of the RAM that we have, and then we could continue to improve that instead. So it's not the same thing. They're two different things. It's like, you know, at the moment, I'm sure we could. Like, at this current moment, yeah, our 16 gig is apparently way better than 8 gigabytes of unified for sure. But DDR5 is pushing the limits of what we're able to do with our current setup with RAM. Like, we're getting to that point now that it's getting really hard to make progressions in RAM. It's getting hard to make progressions in most things, though, to be fair. Even computers, we're having issues with that now. It's getting really hard to be able to make chips in what are those things called? I can't remember that one piece in the GPU that it's as small as we think that we can get it with current thermal with our current thermal problem. We can't find ways to cool it faster. Or not that we can't. I think that they found ways, but it's getting harder and harder to back up the thermal specs of those objects. That's the biggest thing. That's one of the hardest things when it comes to computer is heat. That's the most fucking major factor is heat. And RAM gets hot. RAM gets really hot. You ever get a chance while you're playing a video game or something, go in there and touch your RAM stick. Shit gets hot. You can actually buy, like, RAM coolers and stuff, which most people don't need, but if you are running, like, some type of specialty build or some type of enthusiast thing, you might need those, but I don't need them. You know, from when I remember reading about that RAM, it was supposed to be, like, the next upgrade in RAM technology was supposed to be unified memory. Which apparently isn't doing that well if 8 gigabytes is still, like, massively slow. Once again, you know, like, if 8 gigabytes of that RAM is twice as slow as 16 gigabytes of normal RAM, it's basically made zero progress, because it's as fast as 8 gigabytes of normal RAM if it's half as slow as 16 gigs. So that means it hasn't made any progress at all in, like, 4 fucking years, which is weird. If it's supposed to be, like, the next technological advancement and all this shit, I feel like we should have been somewhere with it already, no? Or is that just me? Doesn't seem like it's getting anywhere. If in 5 years we haven't... let me look. Could just link it, I guess. Oh, fuck, I closed it already. 8 months. It was 8 months old. It was from less than a year ago. So this right here is basically what the guy who tested it said. It's just, yeah. I was reading further in the post, and everyone was just agreeing with what that dude was saying, that was just a really stupid marketing ploy for Apple, for them to save money. Nah, man, people who buy fucking MacBooks are just retarded. I don't understand how Apple got, like, the license that they have with all these, like, schools and shit. It just blows my mind, because their fucking computers are just full-on trash. They're horrible. They're some of the worst computers you can fucking buy. And people, idiots, will literally shell out, like, $5,000-$6,000 to get the newest MacBook Pro. And it's like, dude, you could just fucking build a Lenovo and get way more value out of it. Literally go pawn shopping and get a better computer. Go fucking pawn shopping and get a better PC than that. What the fuck, man? Get the fuck out of here. God damn, like, I'm just trying to dig. Get rid of some of this water. That RAM, that unified RAM doesn't seem to be doing that well. Of taking that long, and it hasn't really progressed at all. Doesn't seem like that shit's doing well at all. Yeah, I remember there used to be a channel I watched that what he would do would basically build MacBooks and stuff for the same price, but build an actual computer. And it was just astonishing seeing the performance difference for literally less cost that you could get by building any other PC. It's just fucking mind-blowing. Oh, man, I don't have lava immunity. Gosh damn it. You know, it was his whole channel. His whole channel was designed around doing that. He'd basically build MacBooks. I think I have a pool of water up here. I have a little bit right here. See if that'll be enough. Go, my little bit of water, go. Turn this into obsidian. Haha, fuck. It worked for a little bit. I wasn't able to get enough. Ooh, okay. The flow actually... Holy sheesh! Okay, no, we're actually gonna have to go, like, get some lava. Like, we're water. We gotta go get some water. That is... Wow, that's a lot of lava down there. I'm gonna need enough water, that way I can build a tunnel of obsidian through it. Let's go look for some water that we can grab really easy. A little bit. Looking for, like right here would be okay. Get that down there. That's a decent amount. Little early, I think, but it'll be okay, I hope. We're also losing some of the other tunnels. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Oh, never mind. We're fucking chilling. Like, we are being chilling. This is more than enough water to do what we want to do with it. In fact, this will probably make me drown. I'll have enough water to get all the way down to the underworld and still be okay. Another big puddle right below me, too. I don't have my imps out. Shit. My bad. Thought I did. All this water is draining. If I need more, there's some right there, but I think this should be enough to do what I want. There should be more than enough water for me to get what I want done. Should be more and then extra. Let's build an obsidian pipe. You know, I never did make a ledge down there to keep the water on there. Oops. I wonder if it's just going to all drain to the side. I hope there was a ledge to hold some of this. Okay, there was. Good shit. Of fucking course that happens. That's it. That's all I needed. Thank you, Mr. Water. Very kind of you. That was very kind of you. I don't even know why I'm going through all of this. I don't remember having to come down to hell in hardcore or in a hard mode for anything. I don't remember any bosses being down here. Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, there we go. Of course, of course. I guess we can try to get that sigil, I suppose. Oh, okay. Now I gotta go get more water. Where's that big-ass puddle of water I had up here? I had a really big puddle, like right here. Okay, we're only going to use some of you right now, and then if I need more, I can come up and grab the rest. But even this right here. I didn't know the wall of flesh dropped the whip. What the fuck? Does he? Dead ass? I don't know he dropped the whip. That should be more than enough water to get through this section at least. Firecracker. It is not enough water to get through that area. I needed more water. Sheesh. Glad I had that other little puddle up here. Up. I didn't use all that water on purpose, just in case that happened. What the fuck? How'd you mine in the middle of that? Oh, I remember farming the ice golems. Remember that armor was used for something and it was pretty solid. I don't think it was for my build though. The fucking ice cores. Oh man, those things suck. I remember farming golems. I remember farming golems. Is that what it was? I don't remember which one it was. I can look in a second and see which one it was. I just remember farming for it. I remember having to sit in the fucking blizzard and pray I got those guys to spawn. Wait, that was all the water we got down here? It must be getting pushed off to the sides or something. There should have been way more water than that. Well, once we get through there, it looks like we're smooth sailing so far. Plus another pool of lava pops up in another area. Yeah, we did Wall of Flesh. Froststorm? I think that's what it was. That sounds really, really... I just remember having the farm for fucking frost cores. Or maybe it was the ice wings or something. It might have been ice wings or something I was farming for. I'll look in a second. I can tell you. I just remember having to farm the damn cores and it sucked. Because you have to wait for a blizzard, then kill the things. In like early hard mode, it can be a little bit of a pain in the dick to kill. But nah, all jokes aside, Relic, we have not killed the Wall of Flesh yet. I'm currently building a tunnel down. I think that's what it was, the ice feather. That's what I was going for. That sounds hella fucking familiar. That was probably what it was. Because that right there is a name that I remember. Ice feather. Keep this water with us. That was probably what I was farming for, the ice feather. I think I just happened to get a bunch of cores on the side just farming for that damn feather. I do love how mobs will literally jump in the water to drown themselves to try to kill me. So there's a new best wing. What's the new best wing in hard mode now? Ah, you know what? I can't disagree with that. Fair enough. That makes sense. Because I feel like once you beat your first mech bosses, once they're all three dead, that's kind of when I think hard mode really begins. Like, hard mode in the beginning is really just basically the base game all over again. Like, you're just going out, looking for the new mobs. I remember using the frost armor, but I don't remember what I used it for. To be completely honest. Oh, there's a tree in the way. Oh. Here. There. Start digging down. And we could do early dupe. I remember getting the frost wings and not having the farm for wings for a long fucking time. I remember using those for like so many fights in a row. Oh, wrong button. Meant to press 2. I remember distinctly getting those wings and not using any other wings for a very, very long time. Doesn't Duke drop a summon? Doesn't he drop, like, some summon that summons those sharks? haven't beat Duke Fishron in a very long time. Yeah, the Tempest Staff, that's what it was. I remember something about that. I remember getting that the last time we were doing a Summoner Only run. No, I got that in modded. It was before I started playing modded. Actually won all this. Oh, hey. Why not? Take some platinum? Hell yeah. It's always nice to have extra ores. I need to craft some weird random shit. I have all that I need. Yeah, we're doing Summoner Only. Good old Dookie Fishron. Spam call. Of course it's a spam call. Well, if the fucking wings are that bad now, I'll probably just stick with double jumping then. Because I remember if the... so the frost wings, are they as good as the wings you get in pre-hard mode? Because those wings suck dick. Those wings are not worth using. Like, those wings are so fucking bad. I remember getting those and they were horrible. I remember those wings being fucking dog shit. The good old fairy wings. I remember farming for the fairy wings, too. I remember having to try to get those... the fucking dust from those bastards and not getting them to spawn. It kept giving me unicorns instead. Just tons and tons and tons of unicorns. Yeah, Lucy wasn't in the game the last time I played this, but it's nice to have him. It's nice to have... Dude, fuck off, you stupid bats. Goddamn. Stop hitting me, you fuckers. Probably gonna need more water than this to get down to where I want to go. Maybe I can get into this water. You know what? Let's just go ahead and grab this water as well. Water right here would be relatively easy to get. It's just a little bit of mining. Yeah, we can just pop. Come over here, then just... grab those amethysts. Okay, I didn't want to mine at an angle anymore, but I moved my mouse too much and it happened anyway, so we're mining at an angle. Getting Lucy is a pretty nice little add to the game. Chopping down trees can be relatively slow. From Terraria. Yeah, definitely. Terraria is definitely a lot more popular than Don't Starve. That shit on God. That's like an undeniable fucking fact. Like, Terraria is definitely way more popular than Don't Starve. I wouldn't be surprised if 99% of the people who play this game don't know what Don't Starve is. It's just that much difference in popularity. That big of a discrepancy in popularity. I've talked to many people about Don't Starve, and I've had so many people be like, what game is that? Like, no shit, I've had that happen on so many different occasions. Like, just had that happen way more than I thought I would. Dungeon Defenders. Can't even say I know what that is. I thought my imps would kill that for me. Guess not. Must have been too much to ask. My bad. I thought you would have killed him for me since you were already fucking over there shooting him with fireballs. I don't know why you just stopped and watched him fly to me. I don't think most people even fucking play that game. I mean, in their defense, though, Don't Starve Together is not meant to be a single-player game. It never has been. That's why it's called Don't Starve Together. You're supposed to play with, like, 3 other people. We got another 62 obsidian, so I guess that's nice. I don't see Don't Starve ever becoming a mainstream game, ever. I don't ever see Don't Starve Together ever becoming mainstream. Because it is a very, very, very challenging game. And it's a type of challenge that most people don't like. If you're trying to play the game solo, there's like the bosses are just madly difficult. If you really don't need... Like, Terraria throws you into the game, you don't know what you can do, don't know what to do, but you can succeed relatively easy in Terraria just by going around and doing stuff. Like, Don't Starve's like, hey, man, you dropped into the fall, all right? You have about 20 days in-game before it gets cold and you just die from temperature over and over and over and fucking over until you learn to make a thermal stone, which they don't tell you about. They don't... Nowhere in the game does it tell you what the fuck a thermal stone does unless you already click on it, which is just silly. Yeah, Don't Starve Together is a very challenging game. I know one of my biggest issues when I first played the game was the fact that there really isn't healing in that game. The only way to heal consistently is food. And food is its own entire task. So, like, in order for you to, like, make healing, you basically have to do side quests to go get food because it's just, fuck, man. Terraria is harder when it comes to, like, I guess, I would say bosses. Yeah, Terraria is more of a challenge in bosses, where Don't Starve is more challenging when it comes to just staying alive. Like you just staying alive in that game is just ridiculous. A whole fucking task on its own. Not saying that the bosses don't have mechanics, because they do. You know, different bosses have very unique fighting cycles. They have very unique attack animations and super specific times to dodge and all that crazy shit. And then a lot of the bosses have very small windows that you can fight them in, too. There's quite a few bosses like that as well. That sounds like shit. I didn't even really do farming, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even really do farming. Like, and that's a whole nother... But I think farming was added to try to stabilize people's food. Which it really did need, like... There really did need to be some type of stabilization for food in that game. Because fuck, it gets so boring. Not boring, it gets tedious to have to spend like a whole time going out and farming frogs and killing pigs on the full moon. And if you missed it, then it's rough. Terraria is definitely easier in general. Hence the reason why it's so much more accessible. But that doesn't necessarily... mean that Don't Starve's the better game because, you know, not many people play it. I still think that Terraria has a lot more for your normal player than Don't Starve does. Which they're working on. Don't Starve is also... They do a lot of updates, and they add a bunch of shit, and they also do a lot of crossovers and all that fun shit. They just got done reworking basically every character in the game, or they're almost done doing that. Now you have skill trees and stuff, which I thought was a really, really cool additive to the game. I do feel like they're working on a lot of the core mechanics of the game that are just, in my opinion, just bad. I did think it was kind of stupid that every character is specified to a play style, and that just straight up makes some characters just dog shit. Just straight up shit. Like Wes is Wes is unique in his design. He's supposed to be dog shit. Like other characters are just bad. Like Wormwood, however the fuck you say his name, complete dog shit solo. The chick with the books, completely dog shit solo. Like some characters are just so shit if you're not playing with the team, which I think is really stupid. It limits. They have like 15 different characters, and playing solo, if you want to like do any small amount of optimization, you're limited to like 4 players, like 4 characters. You got the strong dude, you have the robot, you have the fucking Valkyrie chick, and then the dude who has no negatives or positives. Everyone else just gets massive negatives, which is not a good way to introduce players to a game. Some people, like me, I like to play those games solo. I have zero interest in playing with people playing those games. Just doesn't interest me. Are you fucking serious? I literally got this damn Demon Scythe book and like 8 demon kills, by the way. Oh, okay. To the Stardust Dragon stuff. Well, that's convenient, I guess. I'll take it. Why not? Not exactly what I was going for, but sure. I'm not going to use it, and now when I get the character that's going to do magic only, I'm never going to get that drop. I'll probably play for like, I do that same time that we did it with the other mage run we did. It took us like 5 hours to get this to drop. Now that I don't need it, I got it in like 8 demon kills, and when I do need it in that run, I'm not going to get it ever. I'm going to farm for fucking 20 years, and it's never going to give it to me. Unfortunate. It'd be cool to see them, like, slowly work on Don't Starve and try to make it more accessible to the general public, for sure. I think what Don't Starve needs is, like, an actual active modding community. Brother, I would still have to go fish in order to do that. I really don't feel like fishing. I don't have any more of the fish to make the pots. Oh. Thought I would get thrown farther. Oh, he came from the wrong way, too. That's not the... Oh! What the fuck? That's not good. Okay, this time I think his lasers are actually going to be able to hit me. Well, especially if I do... What the fuck? Oh, he sent one that flew. Oh. Oh, my bad. I forgot that he can do that. Well, maybe I should have kept flying backwards, I suppose. 18 seconds. Oh, boy. And dodging through the buildings is quite challenging for me. Mainly because I'm fucking retarded, so... Oh, I'm getting hit by that one. Oh, I fucked up! Oh, I fucked up big time! This is a dead end. Oh, okay, well... I chose the one fucking room that was a dead end. Oh, that sucks, dick. Oh no, that actually it was 3 rooms that were a dead end. It wasn't just one. I realized too late my mistake. Demonic fork. A good old demonic fork. I recognized my mistake after I did it. Hey, at least we made the elevator. This saves us a lot of time. This saves us so much time. Like, holy shit. And we're here. Alright. I gotta farm another demon. I could have probably killed him there if I was actually hitting the damn thing, but I spent so much time trying to figure out where the hell I was going that I was not doing the correct amount of damage I should have been doing. What's up, Big Fluff? What you doing, big guy? Well, I hope it comes from the same direction, so I have my openings already. Yeah, I got stuck here. I just need to go straight across, not through that. I also need to make sure that I'm doing damage to the wall of flesh as well. I spent a lot of time running there trying to figure out where I was going rather than actually DPSing. And this is one of the parts I dislike about Terraria. The whole boss stuff. It'd be so much better if you could just buy the boss items. I think it'd be such a good change. Mainly because I suck. Surely, you can't even craft the thing for it. I was hoping that maybe there was a craft I didn't know about with the voodoo doll, but no. Gosh, damn it. Yeah, Fargo's Soul. We'll be probably doing that mod after we get done beating all the classes in vanilla. Okay, go kill the 50 slimes over here. Ooh, that's not good. I took way too much damage from that. Get some other spawns. Come on. Stop spawning those. Damn. I believe the only therapy I've ever gone to was for my ADHD, and that was for the therapist to, like, I guess decide how much it was affected. I don't know. I was really young when I went to those. I was, like, a kid. I stopped going to them when I was, like, 15. Maybe I thought they were stupid. They asked me the same shit every time. Like, how was class going? How are your studies? Like, dude. What is that one mod that adds the alchemical flask as one of the legendary weapons? Like alchemy PC or something like that? Oh, I remember that flask was so broken. It was so good. Oh my god, that weapon was so cool. I got like stronger the more bosses you killed or something. It was fucking cool. Alchemist NPC. That weapon was funny. I remember fucking around with that thing. So bad to start, but damn, that shit scaled fast. Especially when you took it back and used it on like an old boss. Really, really good. Oh no, my shit's having a problem again. What the fuck is going on with this? I just realized that my recording didn't start earlier. Not that we've done literally anything that I would want to record, so it actually works out. We've basically done nothing other than dig a big-ass hole, so... if anything, that's just that much less I have to edit and mess with. Probably would like to get a few of my deaths recorded, to be honest. Use them in the video. Don't really care if people know I died. I never claimed to be a professional Terraria player. I have like a little under 1,000 hours in this game. It's like 800 or something like that. Like, I'm not one of the people that put 15,000 hours of my life into the game, so I don't claim to ever be anything near a professional Terraria player. I don't care if people know that I died in the game. It's alright. It's okay if they know I died. No shame. Like I said yesterday, I put those hours in other games, which matter probably about as much as Terraria, unfortunately. Not like I got anything better out of those hours of my life than playing Terraria. I just chose other games to put those hours into. It depends on the game. Like, the more I enjoy a game, the more I'll play it. But a lot of games I play, I normally beat once, and I don't really want to play them anymore. Unless there's, like, something for me to play the game for. Like, sometimes there's collectibles or whatever, or sometimes there's, like, alternate endings for a game that I might enjoy. It just comes down to my personal liking of the game. I wouldn't say... Yeah, dude, I think something's wrong with my RAM or something. Something on my PC is breaking. I don't know if it's my drive or my RAM, and I think it's my RAM. I think my RAM is dying. I think one of the sticks in my RAM slots is dying. Because normally when a drive dies, it just dies. It gets dead. And it's not doing that. Which really sucks because my fucking my CPU cooler is huge. So in order for me to get to my RAM sticks, I have to... It's a process. It's a fucking process and a half. I have to, like, basically take out my entire cooler, in which means I have to take out the back. It's a fucking... It's a prick to get out. I have to undo all the brackets and then take the cooler out. It's a mess. The fuck is a chain knife? I've never gotten this before. I've never used it. Oh, definitely fans. Fans are cheaper, easier to set up, and they give you the exact same results, so. You get the same exact temps. Or, you know, close enough that they're the same. Like, they're not the exact same temps, but the difference is so negligible that it doesn't really matter. The difference is negligible to the point that it doesn't matter. I think there's a program I can get to test my RAM out. I think you can test each individual slot, which I believe my RAM's in slot 2 and 4. I'll have to take a look at that and see if I can run some diagnostics on my RAM. Definitely something is going on. When you start getting failures in the cooling system, yeah, especially when it's liquid, can be really bad. But they're the exact same though. That's the biggest thing is like you're taking that risk for basically nothing. You do not get like these super better temperatures like those coolers try to advertise. The temperature difference between a water cool system and a fan system are negligible at best, unless you have your radiator put somewhere that has ambient temperature lower than whatever it is the environment is. Then you'll get better temperatures, but at that point, like, you're going an awful long way for some cooler temps. Like, it's not like your computer is going to get these massive performance boosts at, like, you know, fucking negative 32 degrees Celsius. Like, you're not going to get anything like that. Your CPU and your GPU are designed to run at relatively high temps without any loss. Normally, the people that go for that stuff are people who do competitions. And they push their PCs at, like, maximum value. They use nitrogen and shit, though. They normally don't do liquid. They normally don't do liquid cooling. Normally, those people do nitrogen cooling, and from my experience, at least. Also, those people do nitrogen cooling, which is a whole different setup. You know, obviously, nitrogen's going to keep your PC fucking cold because it's, you know, frozen liquid nitrogen, so... That'll keep your PC pretty cool. What's up, Chardog? This runs faster. There was a dude who... I don't remember what it was for, but he had to stick his computer inside of a fridge. He had to put his computer inside of a fridge set to the lowest temperature so that he could program something. And I don't remember what it was. He was programming something for a video game. He had to stick his whole computer in a fridge to keep it cold enough to program. He took pictures of it and everything because he thought it was funny. Because if he tried to do it out of the fridge, his PC would get too hot and shut off. His PC would just get a little too hot and then turn itself off. You're like, all right, Chief, that's enough. Like, no more. I got a blue screen of death a couple days ago, actually. But it wasn't because of temperature. I'm pretty confident it's my RAM. I'm fairly confident that one of my RAM sticks is dying, which really sucks. I know it's not my GPU. I know it's not my CPU. The only other thing I can think of is my power supply, but I'd be having a lot of other issues with that. It wouldn't just be... I could run a test on I could see if it's a defaulty power supply. I can do some voltage tests, but pretty confident that's not what it is. So that either leaves a mechanical failure in my drives, my motherboard's going out, or the RAM's going. If it was the motherboard, my BIOS would have issues, which it's not. I don't think it's one of my SSDs. I thought it was at first. The way sometimes boot times would be so long for like certain games and stuff, but as I watched, I realized that it's not consistent, which is what happens when an SSD starts to die. You get consistent issues. So I'm pretty fucking certain that it's one of my RAM sticks, which I don't feel like replacing. Boy, I don't feel like replacing one of those. Even though it's, you know, it's relatively easy, I don't feel like taking out my cooler. I have to unplug that bitch, take all the fans off, and that is just such a freaking pain. Yeah, normally you don't get a blue screen of death from a bad drive. Normally, if your drive with your OS system dies, it just shuts your PC off. I know, as I've had it happen. I had that happen. I had my C drive die one time, way back. I had a really, really cheap-ass SSD that came with the pre-built PC, which is the one I do the streaming on. And it died on me. I had my OS and everything on it. Fucking sucked. I had to go get a flash copy of Windows and then get a new drive and install it. It was a fucking pain. It was a pain. Have I ever had a PC? That's what that was. That was a brick PC. I couldn't boot my PC up. It would go straight to BIOS. I could only boot to BIOS. I've also had a power supply die on me before, which, I mean, can't even turn my PC on with that. But that was because of Elijah. That was when Elijah was a little kid, or he was a lot smaller than what he was. And he spilt some juice in my power supply and shorted it out. Little prick. Well, if you're having issues with that drive, it probably means that it is starting to fault. Because when a drive starts to die, you'll have like small little issues, and they'll slowly start compounding into bigger issues, and then it would die. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Don't know if that'll help out with the faulty drive. Because normally, every drive, even SSDs, they have a read-write limit. They can only read and rewrite themselves so many times before they're dead. You know, nothing lasts forever. Now, unfortunately for me, with editing and stuff, there's a lot of video movement that I do. I do a lot of movement on stuff. That's actually the reason why I thought it was my drive dying, was because I have moved a lot of videos around, you know, edited and deleted videos for school and everything, and it's all off of my A drive. My A drive's literally called video drive. So I have a lot. I need to back that drive up, to be honest. I really should go back that drive up. I have way too many assets for, like, PNGs and all types of other shit on there that I use for editing, and it would be a fucking pain to go find that all over again. It would be so bad. Yeah, that's why consoles are a waste of money. Yes. My biggest issue with consoles is that consoles nowadays no longer support backporting. So, like, all these new games that get made, it's always for the newest console, and the old generation can't play it. It's like, fuck, man. Like, you know, if you take these people who've bought every console to stay, you know, relevant with games, and you apply that to a PC, within like 3 consoles, you could have a very, very, very good fucking PC. And PCs are 100% control. You can control your PC with the controller. You can literally start your PC up. You can pull up a keyboard and type just like you do on fucking console to search things. Steam is 100% controller compatible. So I never understood the argument of like, well, I just want something I can boot up in game. You can fucking do that with the PC. Like, that is a retard. Like, what the fuck do you think we do? Like, we boot our PC up, fucking hack into the matrix of NASA, you know, type in green text and watch it scroll across our screen, be like, all right, I'm in. And then play our video. It's like, no, you stupid fuck. I press power button, I click Steam, and I play my game, just like a console. You press the power button, you click the game you want to play, and then you play it. If you buy a decent pre-built PC, you don't even have to install Windows. It'll have it installed for you. And it's just a really weird... I've had some buddies that I've had in the past that only play PC on console, and that was their argument. They're like, well, I just want something simple that I can just plug in and play. It's like, if you get a computer, you're not being forced to go in there and install mods. That's your choice. If you want to play base games, PCs are easy as fuck to do it on. Like, I've been doing it for years. Like, and the greatest thing is that I have yet to see a version lock PC game other than Windows versions, but normally the versions that aren't supported are like Windows versions that are so fucking old that you're not gonna see them. There's no way in hell, unless you specifically ask for Vista to be installed on your computer. Yeah, it's literally that easy. Like, I see people argue about that. It's like, oh, well, I just want something I can go home, sit down, and just play. You do that with a PC, dog. Like, power button, controller. You can actually set Steam up. Super, super simple to set Steam to boot in console mode on computer load. You can set Steam up to boot into console mode on computer load. So as soon as you turn your PC on, you boot into Steam, and you are in controller mode. You can just click your games and go. I never got the argument of, like, you know, people who are like, oh, well, console is better at this. It's like, no, it's not. Not at all. Like, console is just a fucking money hole. Yeah. Exactly. You can just instantly set it to launch like that. It's super simple. I just think a lot of people who play consoles never actually, like, put 2 brain cells together to realize that maybe they don't really understand what they're talking about, and they just keep talking. Or, like, maybe they just really, really want to defend. I don't know. I don't get it. I used to play console, and I still think consoles are, like... Or, I don't know, man. And then, like, there's the whole thing about multiplayer. I see people complain that, like, oh, well, trying to do multiplayer on computers is so much more difficult. You mean just clicking play, then going to multiplayer? Like, where the fuck is the challenge at? Steam makes a lot of games multiplayer naturally. Like, they have their own servers and shit for that stuff. In fact, Steam lets you get mods from the workshop, which once again are a one-click download that makes a lot of solo player games multiplayer. One of them being Subnautica. You literally make Subnautica multiplayer. Like, you get more multiplayer options. I don't know. Yeah, I really do think it's just ignorance is what it is. Me and my brother finally got my middle brother to start playing PC, and he's starting to understand, which is hilarious, right? He was one of the people that used to complain about, like, how him and my uncle, they play about, like, how keyboards are just so much better at first-person shooters, and it's just so much easier to play on computer than it is to play on controller, and I just don't know the struggles of how hard it is to aim on a controller, and, you know, my argument was always like, dude, you literally have fucking aim assist. The game plays for you. You do not have to play. The game will play itself for you. And now that he's finally starting to play on PC, he a couple days ago, he hooked up keyboard and mouse, and he called me and he was like, dude, that shit is ass. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what's fucking ass, dog? It's like that keyboard and mouse stuff. Like, that shit is ass. It's like, dog, it is so hard. Like, I fucking told you. I fucking told you. Like, you guys complain about controller or keyboard and mouse players being better than you. That's because they're literally better than you. Like, do you not agree that if someone takes 60 hours of their life a week to practice at a video game, they should be better than someone who only plays for 5 hours a month? Like, is that not a relatively acceptable opinion? Colin told me how bad it was. I was like, yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree that playing with keyboard or mouse is a lot more challenging. Controller has a relatively low skill floor, but it also has a relatively low skill ceiling where, like, you can only get so good with controller. Once you get there, you're done. Where mouse and keyboard has a very high skill floor, but has basically an infinite skill ceiling. Yeah, controller also has a lower ceiling as well, because you can only get so good, because you are limited by the technology, right? Like, when you play controller, you truly are limited to using sticks for movement with stick drift and everything else, that you physically will never be able to be as good as a controller player, no matter how good someone is. If you take the greatest Call of Duty player on controller and take the greatest Call of Duty player on keyboard and mouse, yeah, like, there's just so many things you can't do. Flicking is one of the biggest ones, yeah. Like, there's just a lot of shit you cannot do as well. Not that you can't do it, you'll just never do it as well. No matter how much you practice, no matter how many hours you stick in a game, it's just never gonna happen. Where mouse and keyboard doesn't have that problem. It does basically everything a controller does, but there's a lot more player usage in the input system. So it is as good as you are, and you can continuously getting good on keyboard and mouse, no matter how long you play a game. No one's just perfect at an FPS, which is mainly what I'm talking about. By the way, I'm specifically talking about FPSs. I'm specifically discussing FPSs. Like, I know there's other games that we could discuss, but I was specifically talking about FPSs. Like, if you take all the knowledge you gain on crosshair placement, rotation understanding, map management, you put it on keyboard and mouse and get just as good, you're instantly just a better player. You'll notice you're instantly a better player with all that knowledge. Yeah, no shit. There's a lot of players out there that play with ridiculous sensitivity. One of my biggest complaints on controller, and this is something that I really fucking hate, and I cannot stand that it is so, okay, so I have a G502 Lightning X, right? I have this. I can program macros on my mouse to handle recoil. I don't do it, but I can. I am able to program macros on this mouse, and I can turn them off with my macro buttons where I click, and I can tell my mouse what gun I'm using, and it'll perfectly recoil control it for me. That right there is considered cheating, and you can 100% get back banned from whatever game you're playing permanently, to the point that you have to buy another account to play. Controller players are literally allowed to take their fucking controller, turn it into a goddamn Tony Stark power suit, and it's perfectly fine. Completely acceptable. No one cares. Oh, it's fine. It's controller. Their fucking controller looks like the Omni box from like fucking Zerkron or some shit. Like, it has levers and shit sticking out and all this crazy stuff. And then my brother showed me that they have a thing now that you can stick on your controller and you can program it just like I do my mouse. You can program it just like you do your mouse to do recoil, and it shoots straight every time. Completely acceptable. You can go and play 1 million rank matches with the controller setup like that. You will not get banned. Do not care. I do that with my mouse, all of a sudden I am fucking ruining the integrity of the game. It's completely unallowed. I'm cheating. I'm a scumbag. I shouldn't be allowed to play. I'm gonna get banned. It's like, dude, like, where the fuck is where's the middle ground with this? And I get that it's a lot harder to control hardware cheating than it is oh shit. It's a lot harder to control hardware cheating than it is software cheating, but it's still fucking stupid. They know they do that, and a lot of controller players do that shit. I've met many, many people in the Apex Discord that play controller, and I'm thinking like, damn, this guy has really good action. Ask him like, how are you shooting so straight? Oh, I have whatever the hell that thing is called. I don't remember what it's called. I don't use it. But there's literally a name for the device. And he's like, oh, I have one of those on, so I don't have to use controller. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, that's fucking fair. Like, okay, sure. Fully acceptable. Like, that's exactly how it should be. 100%. Like, people who play controller will bitch and complain and cry. And I know I'm the one crying and bitching, but I have family members that play on controller that cry every time they play with me about how dog shit is to play against PC players. And I shit you not, I can record the conversations we have. They'll play Call of Duty with me or something like, oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. I don't want to play against PC players. Like, you guys fucking cheat. This shit's so dumb. It's not even fair playing against these guys. But they'll turn around and then, you know, add that shit to their controller and act like they're the ones that are actually good at the game. Like, they're fucking handed everything. Aim assist, they're allowed to use hardware stuff. Perfectly acceptable. But if I use something that literally comes with my mouse, the programming for macros is a part of my mouse. It's not like I had to go download third-party software or I had to buy cheats or anything. You buy the goddamn mouse. You get the Logitech hub with it. As soon as you plug it in and ask to install it, you get the macros. It's part of the mouse. But that's not allowed. That is 100% cheating. Not that I'm saying that that should be allowed. I don't think that should be allowed either. But it should also not be acceptable for people on controller to use that shit either. That's what I'm trying to get at. That my stance on it is both of them are bad. I don't want to use macros to make me better at a video game. I like to get better myself. I'm not a person that's ever really liked cheating. If I accomplish something, I want to accomplish it because I did it, not accomplish it by a program or something helping me do it. But I just don't get why. It's not like that my family's the only one that does that. I've played on Discord with many, many first-person shooters, and God, dude, I've seen so many people with that argument, just complaining and crying, and I only console lobbies, no PC players. Like, it's like, dude, like the fucking game gives you aim assist. You put shit on your controller that reduces recoil. It's like, what else do you want? Like, what else do you want the game to do? Just give you dubs? Is that what you want? You to just sign in, press play in a lobby, and you just instantly get the victory screen? Like, is that what you're fucking looking for? I don't get it. And there really isn't a way to fix that either. Because, like, as of right now, I believe in order for you to use those programmable triggers, you have to plug it... Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And, like, the program, those things... They plug into here. That's how they get power supplies, through this, right? So, it's like, yeah, you know, the console people could get their develop a way to scan that, but if they did that, they would just use a phantom power supply. Those devices would evolve in a way it's like, oh, well, if they get scanned for being plugged in your controller, we can just, you know, have you carry a little battery pack and you plug it into there, and then you put it on top. So it's like, there's really no way to fix it, to be honest. Like, I'm being fair. It's a lot harder to ban hardware stuff than it is software. A lot of those companies really do have their hands tied with that. They can't do a whole lot. Because even if they did try to do something, the cheats would just... That's what it is. It's a cheat, right? It's full-on cheating. The cheat would just evolve in order to get around it. So it'd just be a waste of their time, really. And I understand that. I completely understand that 100%, that it's not easy to do that. It's just the people who bitch and complain but then use stuff like that are the ones I have issues with. My uncle, his friends, and one of my brothers do that shit. They use all of that setup to get the edge, and then they still lose and complain about controller play or PC players. Oh, I only lost because that dude's a fucking idiot. He's playing mouse and keyboard. Like, that's all it was. It was just because he's like, yeah, all right, dog, whatever. Oh, absolutely. I had a discussion with that one time about a guy who was Predator on console, and like I can get to like Diamond 2, Diamond 1 solo in Apex if I really grind a season out. I can easily get in that level, right? And I remember playing with him, and like he wasn't very good. I was like, dude, are you sure that you're like a Predator player? He's like, yeah, and he showed me his account. And he really was. And I was like, damn, dog, like Predators in that game must suck because we're only in Diamond lobbies, dog. He's like, no, that's what it is. I just gotta warm up, and it's like, yeah, all right, buddy. It was like, no, console lobbies, the only game that I have ever seen on console that if you come to PC that you can honestly match is Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is the only game I've ever seen that if you're really good on controller, it transfers 100% to console, or to PC. 100%. And that's because Rainbow Six has 0 aim assist. So if you're good with, if you're playing, yeah. Yeah, I don't believe that either. I play a lot of Apex, and I get that you do have to warm up, but we played like 30 games together, and I was consistently out-damaging him. And I mean, like, consistently out-damaging him. And then I looked it up, and it's because console lobbies, on average, get about 40% the damage that a computer lobby does of the same elo. So if a bronze lobby averages on each person by the end of the game about 4,000 damage, on a console player on bronze lobby with the same game, you're going to get like 2,700. You know, 1,900, 2,600, something like that. Just massively less damage because the games are a lot less aggressive. Console, third partying is just, it's a culture. It's literally just what it is. That's what Apex is known for. Third partying. That is the entire game's design. You are encouraged to third-party fights. Damn, guys. This is, I'm about to just cheat and spawn a bunch of these voodoo dolls in. This is fucking stupid. We've been here for 30 minutes, and I haven't got a single voodoo doll. I don't feel like editing all this out. This is ridiculous. It's not even like the voodoos make me a better player. It's just praying that Terraria gives me the goddamn doll that I need. There has to be a mod that I can just buy boss spawns, right? Yeah, I'm looking right now. Apparently cheat sheet, but... that would be cool. Non-boss item consumable? Oh, that was Calamity. Fuck. Oh, they get absolutely shit on. Infinite or unconsumable boss summons. Okay, let's go see if we can find that one. Yeah, that right there would save us so much time. Oh, yeah, we found it at the same time. That's funny. Yeah, not consumable boss items plus New vanilla bosses. Okay, whatever. That's fine. That's what we're looking for. That way we can just use it. And, that right there would help us out a lot. What the fuck is this? Luminance. Oh, okay. That's what we want. That would save us so much time. Oh, okay, okay. Fair enough. All right. How do you make this? Okay, so I have to get a doll still. That's fine. I'm down to get it at least the first time. That's 100% fair. If I have to get it the first time and then craft the item, I'm cool with that. They already did that in Call of Duty. They took one of the greatest console players and they put him into a PC lobby with the... It was a top 3 console players with the top 3 PC players, and they got fucking shit on. It was really, really bad. In fact, one of them made a video about it, and he wasn't bitching or complaining or anything like that. He completely accepted. He was real cool about it. And he was basically explaining, like, why they lost so bad. And a lot of the people were in the comments were very upset, saying, nah, you're just wrong. You don't understand what you're talking about. And it's like, dude, he's literally like one of the top 5 players in the world. Like, I think that if anyone's going to know what they're talking about, it's probably this guy. Like, it might be this dude. Like, just saying, you know, just a hunch. If it's going to be anybody, it just might be this guy. You know, the fucking dude that's one of the best players in the world. Plays the game for a living, so... Marksman made a video about it, too. He wasn't one of the players, but, he did, like, commentary on, like, you know, what he was seeing that was the big difference between the two. And the greatest thing that he said that he saw was reactions. On a PC mouse and keyboard, if you're the same player level, you get much more reaction zone on a keyboard and mouse than you could ever get on a keyboard. Or on a controller, sorry. The reaction zone is that's not what he called it, but that's what I'm calling it. It's so much larger. You know, like if you're walking down and you have your crosshairs placed right here, and an enemy pops up over here, it is much easier to snap over there in order to get a headshot or to kill the person with a mouse and keyboard than it is a controller. You can just pop and just instantly fucking mow the dude down, right? And that's basically what the guy who did the video was saying, was like, yeah. That was on the new Call of Duty, by the way. The one that they nerfed aim assist in. If it was like an older Call of Duty, like the one before this one, and the aim assist was still on how strong it used to be, I guarantee you the controller players win every time. No, wait, I think the controller players won still. Oh, fuck, you're gonna make me go back and watch the video. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the controller players won. I'll have to go look again. I think I might have that backwards. I think I'm lying to you guys. I'll have to go watch the video again and get back to you on that. I believe the controller players won, because I almost distinctly remembering Marksman talking about how Call of Duty will never nerf controller, even though controller is so strong, strictly because like 75% of all of their player base is controller players. So because of that, I'm pretty confident they won. Some dude is shooting your back, you can instantly respawn on console, you'll be half-hearted. Yeah. Of course, in Call of Duty, Black Ops, whatever it is, in Black Ops 6, they nerfed aim assist. And a lot of controller players are super pissed about it. I think it's hilarious going to forums and just reading people bitching and complaining about how they suck. It's like, yeah, like, welcome to the real world, dog. Welcome to not being handicapped. Like, you still have a handicap. Like, their aim assist is still there. It's just not as strong. They nerfed the close quarters aim assist. The long-range aim assist is still there, but close quarters, it's not as strong. You can actually strafe out of people's aim assist now, which in the other Call of Duties was completely impossible to do. Like, if you go to play Warzone and you play the new Call of Duty, you can just instantly see the difference in aim assist. In Warzone, someone aims down with their controller, and it's like a fucking heat-seeking missile. That shit doesn't leave your body, ever. You can slide, you can jump, you can run, it doesn't matter. They will just hold down the right trigger, and it will follow you perfectly and kill you. Where in Call of Duty Black Ops 6, it's not as bad. I remember, yeah, there was a... Yeah, but yeah. It's just funny going to Reddit posts and seeing people cry about it. Oh my god! How am I supposed to shoot the guy when he's up close? Where? And that's basically what they do too. They're like, oh my god, I don't get it. It's so unfair that they're able to aim at me and shoot. And I can't just press left trigger and have my fucking game play for me. Where? Tracking is the reason, well, that's the biggest thing a lot of people struggle with is tracking, yeah. Tracking is one of the hardest things in games, yeah. Comes to, like, snapping and stuff is hard, but snapping is something that you want to do relatively little as possible. When you're playing FPSs, you essentially want your crosshairs, it's called crosshair placement, you want it as close to where they're going to be anyway, so you're just micro-adjusting, and then you're tracking them to kill them. Yeah, tracking is the hardest thing to get into. It's a thing that I struggled a lot with when I very first started playing FPSs, when I was like 14. I remember that being really hard to get down. And it's just something that you can't really, like, just do. You have to play the game to get good at it. It is something that you physically have to play the games in order for you to get better at. And that's the biggest argument when it comes to controller. And that's the reason why I agree with people who say that the aim assist on controller is too good. It literally fucking eliminates the giant skill cliff that other inputs have to focus on. Like, that is the biggest skill, like, canyon that you have to get across in an FPS. It doesn't matter, like you said, you know, like, it doesn't matter if you get a first shot. Most guns in FPSs don't kill you in one shot, other than, like, select few sniper rifles and shit like that, right? Or maybe, like, a shotgun if you're right next to them, which you're not really going to be snapping with that. You're just, you know, you're just walking through them, right? Like, that's a completely different subject, okay? So, like, when you're using, like, SMGs and shit, if you're able to just press one button, and that one button's able to just track your opponent for free, how is that fair for someone like me who has to do it manually? Like, if you make a small, like, if I'm tracking you this way, and you make an adjustment this way, you know how hard it is to predict that, not including, like, ammo and having to reload, and then different types of cover and shit like that, and, you know, different types of the body that can be hit behind different cover. Controller doesn't have to worry about that. It does it for them. Like, that's it's not fair. And any controller player that, like, tries to, like, deny that, or they're just coping. Like, they're hard fucking cope. They're either trolling or they're just massively hard coping. Which, if they're trolling, you know, good for them. You know, there's nothing wrong with trolling a few people. It is what it is. Like, but some people will honestly argue that. My uncle and his friends will argue with you till their fucking face is blue, telling you how much better they would be if they played on keyboard and mouse. How they would just be infinitely better and they wouldn't have to worry. It's like, dog, you're fucking lying, man. Yeah, like, you're fucking lying. Like, I don't know why you're lying, but you are. It would never happen. Yeah, Marksman is one of the greatest, he is one of the greatest search and destroy players ever to play Call of Duty. He's easily in the top 3. Like, without any challenge, you would be hard-pressed to find 2 other players better at search and destroy than Marksman. Marksman was literally the first player to get a nuke in Black Ops 6. The very first player to ever get it. That wasn't cheating, of course. That's how good he is. He's that fucking good. Brand new game, never touched the guns, hops in, gets a nuke. Like, he's that fucking good at the game, right? And even he has stated himself how it can be very frustrating to play against players with controller because he's mainly a keyboard and mouse player. He only plugs his controller in when either someone's cheating or someone's using a controller and bragging about how good they are so he could show them, you know, just how good you can be if you get a handicap added into you. But normally he plays keyboard and mouse because he says he likes the challenge of it because it's a lot more of his skill rather than the game giving him skill. It's just... It's like when one of the greatest players out there says that, like, how can you ever deny that in your right mind when you're a bottom tier fucking 0.7 KD player? Like, you're not even good enough at the game to understand what you're talking about, yet here you are talking about something you cannot understand because you're that bad. Yeah, dude, trust me, I know more than the guy who has a 5.0 KD when I have a 0.7 KD, and I've never even dreamed of getting a 1.0. Like, I know the game better than him. Like, that dude's fucking stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, all right, man. I guess. Like, that's the thing. That right there is the entire, like, what you just described is the entire close range aim assist concept that has been going on since the beginning of the massive buff to aim assist in these FPSs. So in close range, in medium and long range combat, it comes down to math, right? If you picture in front of you a 180-degree line, okay? If someone's further out and they move and you have to adjust that, and imagine the adjustment as a blue triangle, everything else is white, okay? I can actually draw this. Let's go draw this. Just for people who may not understand. I'm not saying that you don't understand, just for people who may not understand this. Let's go draw this, okay? So let's say that the player is sitting here, right? You guys can see this, correct? Okay. So this right here is the, let's call this right here our FOV. This right here is our FOV, okay? And then we have markers of, like, you know, right here, we'll do here, here, and here. Okay, this right here is 5 meters. We'll say this right here is 15. This right here is 40. And this right here is like 60. Okay, they're not perfect, but just as a concept, this right here is, we have super long range, medium range, and close range. Okay, so let's say that there is an enemy out here. This is the guy right here. Okay, he's sitting right here, and he decides to move over here. Okay, this is how far he decides to move at super long range. All right, this is the entire debate of aim assist versus no aim assist. So this guy right here is 60 meters out, and he decides to move this far. What is our degree of change for a PC player on mouse and keyboard? So if we take these and we do a straight line, that right there is the adjustment right here for this much range. Okay, at this range, that's how much adjustment we would have to make this much. To track that guy that far. It's really not that bad. That's what, like, if this is 180 degree, that's like what, a 3-degree change, a 5-degree change? Completely acceptable. A human can do that consistently. That is not that hard because you're barely moving. You're just doing a little bit of a nudge. You're just nudging it like that. You would just do that right there. That is the movement you're making, okay? So let's take the same thing and bring it closer. So let's take this down. And let's bring these guys down to, let's say 5 meters right here. You can already see the massive difference in how long you're going to have, like how fast you're going to have to track them at this range. So here they are. Now this guy's at 5 meters, and this is how far you have to change your degree of aiming. Your degree of tracking changes this much as a mouse and keyboard player. This is how much you have to change now. It's fucking night and day. Okay, and this is the argument that people have when it comes to close range combat in FPSs when it's aim assist versus non-aim assist. I have to manually adjust this angle. I have to do this, right? Like, I have to do this with my own input. As a controller player, your controller will do this for you. You will lock on, and especially in Call of Duty. Like, let's keep in mind that I'm specifically discussing Call of Duty. Because Call of Duty has, like, ungodly amount of aim assist. You can press one button on your controller, the left trigger, and your game will track this perfectly. You don't have to do anything. You barely move your sticks at all. You only have to move up or down to make sure you're shooting them in the head or in the chest. You don't want to shoot them in the legs, right? Like that is the entire, when you're this close and someone's strafing like this, right? When someone's strafing like that to shoot you, because obviously you don't want to sit still. You want to keep moving. This right here is volatile and it's random movement. It is really, really hard to predict this type of movement if you're playing on an input like a mouse. You know, it's really hard to input this type of movement. On a controller, it takes away this randomness. It basically makes the line look like this, rather than whatever the fuck that is, right? This is basically what the line looks like when you have, you know, massive amounts of aim assist on your controller. It completely finds out those movements for you to where all you have to focus on is just shooting them. That's the entire argument against that. But anyways, we don't have to talk about it anymore. Let me go back playing again. I just wanted to do a visual, really. I just want to do a visual. The degree of change is a lot more apparent when you're the one that has to make that change. If you're night and day better, if you're night and day better on keyboard or mouse versus controller, then you just suck. Like, you must have played more on keyboard or mouse than controller then. Because Fortnite also has some pretty strong aim assist too. If you have a lot of practice on keyboard and mouse and you go to controller, of course you're going to be better on the keyboard and mouse at the baseline because you don't really play the game in controller. That's another argument. That's another one of those like straw man arguments I see people try to make. Oh, well, when I went to keyboard and mouse, I was so much better. It's like, okay, how often do you play keyboard or mouse versus do you play controller? I would also suck more if I went to controller right now, mainly because I don't play controller. But if I were to spend about 3 months doing nothing but controller play, I would improve relatively fast on controller compared to how fast I would have improved on keyboard and mouse. Because controller eliminates an entire skill that you have to perfect on keyboard and mouse, which is tracking. Tracking is a very, very hard skill to get down. It is not hard. It is one of the hardest skills for you to learn. Most people, when you go to an FPS coach, the FPS coach is going to give you practices to teach you how to track better. Oh, then you're just really, really bad with controller. Either that or you're just really, really bad at the game in general. If you're really dog shit at the game, you can't really use yourself as like one of the control variables, because you're just bad. You know, does that make sense? It's like the whole concept of like the 0.5 KD player trying to argue with the 5.0 KD player. Do you consistently have high KDs in Call of Duty? Like how good of an improvement are we talking about? Are we talking about like a fucking 1 KD to like a 6 KD? Or are we talking about like, oh, I was just so much better. Sometimes I get a kill now and then. Like, and if your controller's just fucked, that's a completely different thing. Getting like 10? Oh, okay. Okay, well, apparently Chardog is like in the top 5% of all Warzone players. Chardog's like in the top 5% of Warzone. I didn't realize I was talking with a professional. My bad, dog. Like, even some of the best players in Warzone don't get those types of numbers consistently. Oops. I did not realize we were in the essence and the presence of a professional Warzone player. Like, if you're getting those... Even in Fortnite, that's still a lot of kills. If you're playing trios, that means you're squad wiping, what, like almost 4 entire teams? And Fortnite's a little different. I do have to give you that. Fortnite doesn't use a tracking system. Fortnite uses Bloom. So Bloom's a whole different type of aim system as well. So Bloom's a whole different type of aim system. I don't necessarily play a lot of games with Bloom in them, so I don't really have a lot of say to that or really how to compare that with games I do play. I don't like Bloom. I think that aim system in general is just fucking dog shit. But me personally, I don't like it. I think it's fantastic for your average casual player. Bloom's a lot easier to get a hold of than you know, actually using tracking and recoil control. I don't do a lot of Bloom games. I don't really have a whole lot of like say in that myself. I don't play them. 10 kills in a battle royale per game is relatively good, dog, because I'd consider myself half-ass decent at Apex, and even I don't average anything near that, unless the Fortnite player base is just complete dog shit, which I wouldn't know because I don't play the game. I have a relatively high KD in Apex, but once again, Apex uses recoil control. It doesn't use Bloom, which is just relatively a lot hard. It's not even relatively. It's just statistically a lot harder to use than point your gun and pray your bullets hit. But Fortnite uses a lot of rarity stuff, right? Doesn't Fortnite like really depend on what rarity your gun is for accuracy? The last time I played it, I remember something about that. Like the higher rarity, the more accurate it becomes. I remember something about like picking up different color of the same weapon. I remember, I don't know. I don't play those games, sadly. Wow, he was like trying to run into me for some reason. He's trying to give me contact damage. How weird. What a prick. I know Fortnite uses a very, very different type of shooting pattern than most games do. Which is one of the reasons why I think Fortnite was so accessible to most players, was because it was relatively easy to get into. Fortnite didn't require you to sit down and actually learn recoil patterns and stuff. You just pick the gun up and you shoot it. Just pull down. Which is a phenomenal shooting style for a game of that type. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's really, really good for that type of game. It was meant to be aimed at kids and shit. It wasn't until, like, streaming made it blow up that they kind of started drifting off that path. But the original intention was a fun battle royale for children. And now they have, like, tons and tons of crossovers and all types of crazy shit now. That game has evolved a shit ton. So no matter what people say, it's one of the greatest games of our time. Oh! Oh. Let's go. We finally got it. Oh my god. That took way too long, chat. That took way too long. But we got it. So now we can infinitely fight the wall of flesh. Down and down we go. Yeah, spell it right, idiot. Oh, that angled up and hit me. Gosh damn it. Oh my god, I got double hit by that? I didn't drink a potion of water walking! At least we don't have to worry about having to farm that again. I'm so fucking dead. Good news is we can summon him again. I don't have to sit there and wait anymore. That's so much better. That'll save me so much time editing. Where's the nurse? Over here. That's really nice, no shit. That is so good. A buddy messaged me. Can you just get off to go take a nap? Thought he did. Okay. What? Huh. What was that? Pokemon sticker for what?
Not a sticker.
What is it?
Get out of here.
What is it?
I get part, collectible part.
What the fuck? That's... Oh, okay. Couldn't actually give a normal card? Oh, did Elijah bring ramen in here? Why would he do that? Oh. Okay, I'm not doing damage again. This is not good. This is not what we want. We definitely got to do damage here. If I ever want to actually kill this thing. Oh, great. Nice. That was a fucking dead end, huh? Oh my god, I fucking killed myself going to a dead end again. Yep, I'm fucking dead. God damn it. Did it again, even when I tried not to. Oh, it's annoying. I thought I went through that door last time. I did not. It was obviously not the door I went through. I went through a completely different door again. Oh. Oops. Okay. Water walking again. Where the fuck did I get stuck at? I don't even know where I got stuck last time. I kill all these stupid little hungries so I can actually get to the wall of flesh. Do a bunch of damage to them right here, I guess. Oh shit, that one right there just immediately started shooting me, huh? Damn. Well, we gotta beat him. Can't beat the game without killing him, so yeah, kinda have to. Oh, the desync of the lasers is fucking me. Oh, this is the place I got stuck last time. No. There's that little fucking I gotta mine that. I have to go mine this. This is the third time I died to that. Well, it doesn't really matter. Well, still gotta beat him. Whether it's 1 or a million tries, I still have to kill him. Try going the other fucking way. Is there any of that stupid ass shit over here that's gonna, like, stop me from going? Keep getting stuck on shit on this side. That time was that little... whatever the fuck that is. What is this? I don't know what that was, but it got me stuck. I gotta kill his ass. I gotta beat his ass. Please go away. I wish you guys would have summoned that much earlier. Oh my god, the desyncing lasers gets me. Every fucking time. Oh. It finished its, shooting right there. No, there's a slime in here! Oh, what a terrible spot for a lava slime to spawn. I was about to take a lot of damage from lava right there. Yeah, I should definitely be using a little better. That time, I mean, I was probably dead either way, but I like to believe I died right there from a lava slime being in there, but I think I was dead either way. Can I damage him through the wall with my whip? I do know that I'm playing way too far back. I need to get a little closer to him. I can't do damage to him if I'm not fucking hitting the guy. So I definitely got to get close enough to him that I can hit him. I am almost out of water walking potions. I'm gonna have to make some more of these. Get the fuck out of here. There's a little too early for a potion, I think, but just is what it is. You should just instantly shoot lasers as soon as he comes around that. I remember that. Oh my fuck, dude. Dude, get the fuck off of me! What is burning me? Oh, that's a whole fucking thing of lava right there. Oh, well, there goes 99% of my health. All right. That's terrible. Imps fucking do damage, dog. Oh, well, I didn't get him halfway that time. Am I too far away for them to shoot? I feel like I'm not doing... If I'm not the one hitting him, my imps don't really seem to be doing anything to this guy. Like, most of that damage was from me hitting the wall of flesh, not really the imps doing much. Should give Abigail a shot, because Abigail can go through walls, and she should just be able to... Well, no, because she might end up getting stuck trying to kill the fucking little slingy guys rather than killing the actual wall. We're having issues with that when it came to the slimes and stuff. Sometimes that stupid bitch hyperfixates on one enemy and doesn't leave. Well, the whip retargets it. That's the entire purpose of the whip, right? Yes, it instantly focuses whatever you hit. Whoa. Oh, fucking Christ, what am I doing? Oh, I'm so dead. I was looking at chat, not the game. Yeah, see, I'm the one that does most of the damage. It's definitely not the imps hitting this guy. It is 100% me doing most of the damage with the whip. Holy fuck. That was a lot more damage than I really needed to take there, I think. Stay out of that lava this time. Trying to stay close. Yeah, I can't. I'm not good enough at the game to stay close to him like that. If I get too close, I die to those little guys. But if I let the imps kill him, we're gonna fucking be here for like 30 minutes. That is way too fucking slow. The imps aren't doing the damage, though, which is the problem. The imps don't shoot through walls, and they get trapped inside the walls too much. The imps are falling into the same exact problem that I'm having. I can't hit them through the walls. I watched the imps that time, and they didn't really do a whole lot. Like, they shot a few of them, but they're not really outputting any type of measurable DPS. Doesn't exactly like RimWorld. Prison Architect and RimWorld are two very different games, but they are both fun. I did not like Prison Architect, but it was a pretty popular game there for a while, so it must be pretty decent. Yeah, exactly, because graphics are exactly what makes a game the same. My bad, dog. Because it's not like RimWorld. Oh, okay, I should have just went through the bottom door to begin with. I don't know why I tried to go through the top, though. That was very stupid. I did it again. I did it again. Okay, I gotta go mine that sec. No, that's full of lava. What am I talking about? That's literally gonna kill me if I do that. Ooh, he got super fast there. I just didn't like it. I don't know. I gave it a shot. I played it for a bit. It's just not my game. Wait, is that how this place works? Does there get? I don't think we've made it to this building. I keep dying way before that. Now, what room did I get stuck in? I think it was this one. No. It wasn't that one. It's this one, I think. No, there it is. It's this one. I need to go mine this open so this lava comes down. What, big fluff? What's up? Get wrecked, big fluff. Get wrecked. Let's fucking summon him. Oh, fuck, I thought I killed it. Fucking train army snipered me there. I used all my jumps right there? Oh my god. Well, that was doing so well till then. I did so well till then. Oh, by the way... Yeah, I heard that it's completely shit, too. I've seen so many people talking shit about that game. What happened with it? Wasn't that supposed to be like a super fun game? I've seen a lot of people before that game dropped were like super stoked about it. Like, what exactly went wrong? Oh, really? Dude, I've seen, like, I can't even count how many people have said that game right there is really bad. Heard a lot of dog shit about that game. Not that I would know. I haven't played it. I didn't even really care for the game to begin with. Yeah, seems like the people who bought the game like it. I don't know. I just heard a lot of people say the game is like super fucking janky. Apparently the writing was really, really bad. And the story wasn't very good. Those are like the biggest complaints that I've seen with it. Or I've heard. I shouldn't say seen. I haven't played the game myself. Joanna! She might be sleeping. I think she was taking a nap earlier. What part of Mexico did we go to? Huh? Like, the places. Cozumel. Progreso. Belize, Honduras, Panama. Panama? They were asking. How's the rating for the game going? Stalker 2?
The greatest temptation.
Very positive reviews. The game seems to have gotten really, really...
do not fully understand. But what do we do when faced with truly inexplicable? Some tear it
I don't
up
see
and
any
make
negative reviews. Oh,
souvenirs.
well.
Others keep it chained up inside a perimeter cage.
Them is mostly good.
Perhaps all the zone really needs is our compassion.
Yevhen Martinenko, 25 years old.
The zone was never a friendly. Zone is a unique place, but the laws of physics and ballistics still apply. Each gun...
This is a game I'd be interested in. Is it multiplayer or is it it's only single player? Seems like a game they would add like a multiplayer to. I'd fucking play this game. Looks pretty good. I don't know why I've seen so much negative on this game. Steam has it as like very positive. Out of 21,000 people. Ooh, 80%'s pretty low for very positive, though. Normally very positive, I see like 90%, 95%. So the game did just come out. I mean, a lot of the complaints I see are stuff that I'm seeing are things that could just be fixed by updates. The game literally just fucking came out. Like, it's gonna have issues. Seems like a game I'd play for sure. Doesn't seem like a game I would be too against trying out myself. Shark fins, huh? Ugh, that's a little annoying. I don't know if I want to farm for shark fins. most of the complaints that I've seen have really been about the dialogue and the story. The two biggest complaints I've seen is dialogue and the story. Apparently, from what I've read, I mean, the game is fucking blowing up right now as well. Was that the fact that the dialogue apparently sucks in the game and that the story is super, super hollow. Which, whatever the fuck that means. I never played Stalker 1, so I wouldn't be able to compare it to any other story. I don't think a game that's designed like... Fallout games have pretty dog shit stories, in my opinion, but they're still fun as fuck. I think every story in Fallout that I've played has sucked, except maybe 2. I think 2 was okay, but all the other ones sucked dick. Like, none of them were good. Like, they're all very... like, cliche stories. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but hey. I'm just a guy. What? Wait, what? Oh, no, oh, that was really bad. That's about as bad as it gets. Can't lie, that's really fucked. Oh, I can't. Okay, well, I clicked my thing somehow. Whoopsies. Definitely not what I meant. Oh, damn. I got hit. No, but I've heard people recommend... I've had people recommend me that game. Oh, shit. I've had people recommend me the 7 days... Not the 7 days to die, the other one. Are you retarded or something? I've heard multiple things about a multiplayer coming to the game. I just cop it. Well, I mean, we'll see. I think he's just fucking retarded. What buffs do I have? Really good ones. Like, nothing that's not... You couldn't see when I'm assuming you're watching on your phone. Is that what's going on? I can see that being a problem on your phone. It literally says the name of it right there. Do I have it cut off or something? No, everything's good. Oh. So you just come in and ask stupid questions? Okay, got you, my bad. Dude asks questions before even looking. He just comes in and asks a question. Gotcha. My mistake. You're retarded and you're stupid. Nah, fuck you, it's you. That is a stupid question. That's a pretty dumb way to ask a question. It'd be different if the information was hidden, but I mean, it's literally right there in front of you. Oh, no! Don't get hit by the demon! Oh, boy. Wow, this is a lot of different mobs spawned on me here. I got fucking hit by... just die. I got hit by everything. I had a fucking lava slime, the worm, I had a demon, all that shit. He was asking if I had a whip that I've literally used for, and keep in mind, I just started, no, I'm sorry. I've been using the same whip for 2.5 fucking hours, and this guy comes in and is like, hey, can you make the whip that you've been using for 2.5 hours? I just healed this time. No! Boom, boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to hear that. I don't play the game that much. My point of the argument was that if you're going to put input on something, at least know what you're talking about before you do it, right? No, absolutely not. They're not going to do anything. I'm dying well before those potions would ever give me any effect. I'm dying way too early for those to matter. Oh my god. Oh, well, this one's probably done. I flew way too high and used all my jumps. And it took like half my HP on fall damage. So this one's probably over already. I need to stop short jumping. That's another thing I'm fucking up on. I'm also short jumping a shit ton. Well. I got too close that time. Fuck, man. But no, those potions sadly would not help me. Those potions would do little to nothing. I'm out of coffee. The fuck is this music? This shit sucks. Play something better. Literally is elevator music. What the fuck? That's not what I wanted to play. That's not what it started off as when I first played it. I don't really think my problem is damage. My DPS is fine. My issue is getting hit too often. I just gotta get better at dodging the little creeps. I don't think any potion in the game, unless it just makes me invincible, is gonna help me. The issue is quite literally get good. That is like the honest to God issue is just the get good thing. What am I getting stuck on the corner with? I did so well just to die. Oh, it's when I thought I could dodge that right there. Oops, I was wrong. And I just take the L. Why are you listing off all the potions instead of just looking at his buffs and checking? Infernal will put the firebolt. I know what the Infernal potion does, dog. Once again, it has nothing to do with my damage, nor does it have to do with the damage I'm taking. The actual issue right now is the get good. That's all it is. Nothing more and nothing less. It is get good. I'm not even getting this guy to 50%. I could pop 2 of every potion in this game, and the outcome of this would be exactly the same every time. It's not a stat problem, it's a player problem. Potions don't fix player problems. I just gotta get better at managing my jumps. I'm just, fuck, I gotta stop short jumping. That's really what gets me killed a lot, is I short jump. I do this. I jump, and then I do that, and then I fly. Rather than the full jump, which would give me so much more distance. Like, look at that shit. That's what I need to be doing. I'm doing this instead. This is what I keep doing. Like, like half the distance. Definitely not making a bridge. We'll beat this guy without it. Mainly because in order for me to beat the actual mod that I want to play, I'm going to have to get good at dodging. Because the next mod we're playing is stupidly fucking hard. So if I can't even beat the vanilla bosses without building a bridge, there is no fucking way I'm ever beating that mod. It's just not happening. They're way too challenging. Those bosses make vanilla bosses look like basic enemies. All the damn projectiles and debuffs and shit they give you, there's no fucking way. I can't beat a vanilla boss without a platform. There's no way in fuck I'm ever gonna beat the next bosses. Probably Japan. I'd probably go Japan. Just because I want to go there and eat the food. Nothing more and nothing less. Yes, that's one of the reasons why I'm, like, just refusing to build a bridge. Is I'm just trying to get the mentality of getting better in my head. Oh my god, I stood there too long. I waited too long. I did it again. I short jumped. Just take the L. I fucking did it again. God damn it, I short jumped again. I fucking short jumped again. I did it twice and instantly went to my boots. Like, why even fucking have those jumps if I'm not gonna use them? Might as well just take the fucking balloons off and just use the hover boots. Good shit, dog. Did you eat a lot of the food? That's all I want to go for is food. Give a fuck about their culture. I just want to go eat some of that good grub. Damn, Chad, I'm about to take a little 10-minute break. I'm fucking hungry. Now that we're talking about food, I realized that I really haven't ate anything. I ate 2 Hot Pockets today. And a tiny-ass breakfast taco way earlier today, which really sucked. Do you guys prefer people to cook in butter or to cook in oil? How do you guys prefer? Like, you know, like when you make eggs and potatoes and shit like that, do you prefer butter or do you prefer oil? There's a Mexican restaurant me and Joanna went with today. They cook their stuff in butter and ugh. I just can't, man. Into that shit. Well, you can get butter spray too. It's not like there isn't butter sprays. There's plenty of butter sprays. Have you ever cooked with butter? Have you just used the one that's just what you're used to using? See, I fucking hate when people cook with butter. I don't like people who, like, do that shit. I'm not a big buttery person. Joanna loves butter. She can fucking put butter, you know, cook anything, and she's fine with it. Not me. I am not a buttery type of guy. I will have to pass on that. Got hit twice anyways, huh? And that time I meant a small jump. Whoa. Damn, I'm getting smacked by these lasers. Really hard, too. Oh, no! Ah, damn! Did a little better at dodging there. Still not good enough, but a little better. Well, once again, you can literally just buy butter sprays. Wouldn't be any work at all. You can just, like, spam the spam butter spray. It's like $3. You get a big ass can of it. If you prefer butter, of course. If you're a nasty ass butter prefer, you can always just do that. Like, even when I do brownies and stuff, when I make brownies and shit like that, I always just use oil. Like, even if we have butter to spray on, I don't use it. I'm not a butter guy like that. Yeah, how about you shut your communist mouth? Don't worry about it. Shut your fucking commie mouth, woman. Gosh damn, I swear to God, women are so stupid. Doesn't even know that I'm talking about the spam butter spray. Oh my God. It's something that just came out today, though, so she probably doesn't know about it. Oh. Oh, this one's... That was fast. Okay. Gosh damn it, woman. Oh. Let me put a heart thing in here too. I'm gonna put one of these in here as well. That way I can get the regen. There we go. Still, we're super, super slow. Do I have, like, any honey blocks? I feel like I'm going to be using this nurse way too much. I don't feel like this is going to be a very sustainable way for me to heal right now, unless I go farm money. I'm dying a shit ton. Kind of getting Bonaraski'd. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me go beat her real quick. I'm gonna go beat her up because she's a woman and women deserve to get beat. my god, chat. Freaking women. Freaking women, I swear. Women. Oh shit, copyright. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, cool. Freaking women, chat. Oh my god. Oh no, I'm gonna go bug her again. Freaking women, I swear. Gosh damn women, I swear. Okay, anyways. 3-hour stream. Give it like 1 or 2 more tries and then probably call it. Oh, I thought that was just a normal bug. Not a good start. Not a good start. I was hoping that would get me inside